Welcome back. Well, living in the bold north, we all know that seasonal depression can be very, very real. Plus, you add the hectic holiday times, it can add a ton of stress.
Today we have Leah Tugas and Gina Scheffler joining us from Prairie St. John's to help us make sure we keep our mental and physical health in check this winter. Ladies, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We are moving into kind of a stressful time of the year when we're talking about being so busy, stressful with money and planning and family. What difficulties do you often see that families and people experience specifically this time of the year?
So thinking about mental health concerns, if you're already struggling with anxiety or depression, the holidays can amplify that. For some people, being around family too much can be very stressful. Families can be triggering for us. For others, not spending time with family or friends can feel extremely isolating during the holiday season. So really finding the balance for you, how much time spent with family versus how little.
And talking about substance abuse, we have more holiday parties. Not that it isn't an issue all year round, but sometimes we can see more problems around the holidays.
Yes, and there's always alcohol served at the parties, whether, I mean, there's a lot served or a little bit. People might seek out the alcohol. Like Gina was saying, families can be very triggering for us. Maybe friends we used to use with are at all these parties, so we really have to be aware of that.
So if you're somebody that's in recovery, what's the best way to sort of set your parameters and ensure that you can stay in recovery?
Well, it depends on how long you've been in recovery. If you're just starting out, maybe you want to think about maybe not going this year. Just take a break from it. Am I really going to miss anything if I don't go? If you're feeling comfortable with your coping skills, maybe just pretend like you have a drink. You always have a drink in your hand. That way nobody offers an alcoholic drink to you. You could just bring a friend who knows you're in recovery and just be that emotional support for you.
I like that, planning ahead, some simple things, but if you just know your plan going in. Some other advice just for, mental, stability during this time of the year?
Absolutely. Definitely reflect back on past holiday seasons. What was really enjoyable for you or what may have been more stressful. Kind of take stock of things that have gone well, things that you might want to avoid. You can also make an effort to set an intention for the holiday season, such as, I want my kids to have a magical experience. That way you can make plans based on that intention and kind of focus your efforts on one thing as opposed to many. Others may want to have a selfless holiday season where you focus on helping others, volunteering, donating, which could take some of the internal pressures off of feeling like you need to overperform during the holidays.
How do you get help to stick with some of the things you just said?
You could definitely start journaling, thinking about thoughts of past holiday seasons. If you had a particularly good or particularly bad one, you could start entering therapy. Therapy allows us a place to openly process through our experiences and help learn coping skills for dealing with stressors in a more effective way.
Any particular signs you should be looking for? Like, okay, this is going down a bad path, I should go see somebody? And what's that distinction when you go, okay, I got to go ahead and get some help?
Definitely, if you're ever having thoughts of suicide, absolutely call 911 right away or go into an emergency mental health facility such as Prairie St. John's. Other signs, maybe not wanting to get out of bed, not having motivation to do the normal holiday traditions you've always done, feeling irritable or just having a loss of interest, could definitely be a sign that you're either experiencing depression or seasonal affective disorder.
And you're not alone in this. I feel like a lot of times you think you're the only one who's sad, around the holidays. This is an issue with a lot more people than you would think, right?
Absolutely. Anyone who's lost a loved one, they're going to feel that even bigger during the holiday seasons, that absence during the normal Thanksgiving or Christmas party. So just recognizing that you're not the only one struggling, and there are far more people out there who might be experiencing the same symptoms as you.
And we're all experience this with the time change in the winter. Holidays happen when there's not as much sunlight, and it's going to be dark all the time. So this affects everybody. So start taking your vitamin D3. Maybe think about starting taking an antidepressant or increasing the dosage. Just little things like that you can do to take care of yourself.
It's that time of the year. Like all of them alone maybe seem like small things, but they start to add up. Seasonal depression and holidays and too much family, too much alcohol.
Finances of the holidays.
It's a lot.
All right, well, thank you, ladies, so much for coming in. How do people get a hold of you if they want more information?
Absolutely. You can schedule an appointment in our clinic at Prairie St. John's. It's 701-476-7200. We have quite immediate availability if people want to start therapy for the holiday season.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Very
guys.
timely.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, coming up, we got a favorite Moorhead restaurant in studio. Some delicious Italian food coming up right after this.